I'm Amy Goodman. We turn now to Gaza. On Saturday, Israel killed more than 200 Palestinians in Gaza, including 40 members of a single family. In recent days, Israel killed 3 aid workers with World Food Central Kitchen, the head of the intensive care unit at Mahmoud Almadhoun Hospital, a staff member with the Save the Children, as well as Mahmoud Almadhoun, who co-founded the Gaza Soup Kitchen that's fed Palestinians facing hunger due to Israel's blockade of vital food aid. Almadhoun was killed in an Israeli drone strike. He's survived by 7 children, the youngest just a newborn. We're joined right now in Washington, D.C., by Mahmoud Almadhoun's brother, Hani Almadhoun. He works as a director of philanthropy at UNRWA USA. He co-founded the Gaza Soup Kitchen with his brother. Thanks so much for being with us, Hani. Our deepest condolences on the loss of your brother, following the loss of your other brother last year in Gaza. Can you tell us about your brother and what happened this weekend?
Thank you, Amy. My brother Mahmoud was targeted and assassinated in the morning of Saturday. At 9 a.m., he left the house, walked about 30 yards, and a drone was waiting for him and just launched its rocket, killing him on the spot. He was headed to Mahmoud Almadhoun Hospital, where for the past 3 or 4 weeks, he's been supporting the hospital with food, delivering food for them, delivering produce from other parts of Gaza, and even blankets. Everything he had, he gave it to the hospital when he felt the bombs were falling nearby and he could no longer cook for them. He was targeted when the folks who tried to rescue him, or they thought they could save his life, they tried to take him to the hospital. Sniper fired at them, so they tried again. And they were shot at, so they decided by then it was too late. They wrapped him in a blanket, took him home, said final goodbye, and buried him in a makeshift grave. And this is my brother, the humanitarian, the father of 7, the youngest, who still does not have a name because there is no office in Gaza to give people names or birth certificates. He was debating, the last argument he had was either to name her Aline or Kauthar, and now she will grow without a dad. He is my partner, he is my buddy, he's my young brother who closed every video he've ever sent me. I send this with greetings and appreciation to my friends in the United States of America. Despite the fact that the bombs killed our brother Majid, American bombs, every video he would send, he would say, for my friends in the United States of America. And now he was assassinated, and the target was him. There was nobody else. He's a full-time civilian. In fact, we miss him dearly, and we're still processing this, but I worry for his 7 kids. The oldest one is Omar, was targeted 4 days before the killing of my brother, and he is already receiving medical attention. So you can imagine having to break the news to a kid who's 14 years old, telling him that his dad has been killed and now he is the family provider. It's overwhelming, Amy, and sadly my brother is no longer here. We continue to pray for him and tell people, we are still there at the Gaza Soup Kitchen. We're not closing shop, not because we want to make a statement, but because we want to make sure our families have food to eat. This is hunger and famine, both in North Gaza and south of Gaza. My brother slowed down the ethnic cleansing of North Gaza, and that's why he was taken out.
You mentioned that at the end of every letter, he would offer a shout-out to the people of the United States, despite the fact that that it was the Israeli military, which is armed by the United States, that killed another of your brothers. Can you explain what happened last year, Hani?
So last Black Friday, about November 24th, an American airplane, I believe it was F-16, dropped a big bomb on our family's house, killing my brother Majid, his wife Safa, his daughters Riman, Suwar, Omar, and Ali, the youngest of him 7 years old. And it's unfortunate because he's also a shopkeeper. He did not deserve to be killed using American weapons. It took us a week to recover their bodies, and we just observed the solemn or anniversary of their killing by Israel. And now, just a day after that, couple of days after the anniversary of their killing, we observe the killing of our brother Mahmoud. This was so shocking because Mahmoud he's not a nameless and faceless Palestinian like a lot of our family members are. He's been established a profile. He's written an op-ed to the Washington Post. He was in NBC, talked about the work, and people know him. He just solves problems. He started a medical point that was saving lives when Kamal Adwan Hospital was sieged and people could not go. His medical point will really provide life-saving care. He started a school. It operated for 2 months, and he put the U.S. flag on the school, and in Hebrew it says, "Please do not bomb," and it was also bombed. So even Israeli press is asking the army, what happened there? There was nobody inside that school. They still bombed it, and actually they hit it where it says "Do not bomb" next to the American flag, and the sign disappeared because of the explosion. And a few days later, they take out Mahmoud, our brother. And it's sad because this is a policy supported by a progressive president. Unfortunately, this is, I work and I support the amazing work of UNRWA. As you know, they're trying to ban UNRWA. And now they're not only banning UNRWA, the largest humanitarian actor inside Gaza, they're also going after small shops like our family soup kitchen that provided meals for 600 families, found out a way to deliver produce to the hospital. And we believe that's why he was targeted, because Kamal Adwan Hospital, they wanted to have it lifeless and people leave the north. And Mahmoud delayed that because he delivered flour and canned goods and diapers and baby formula. This is no longer about killing any Palestinian who's hurting the Israelis. This became about killing any Palestinian who's helping the Palestinians, like my brother, like the other chefs who were killed in the south. But this is tragic. We're not going to be intimidated. Obviously, we're grieved for our brother. He's a good guy, and we have to take responsibility for his kids and make sure they're taken care of. But also, we're going to make sure we do this as long as we're able to, because his memory, that's what he wanted us to do. And we continue this legacy. That's why I'm talking to you here. And this is why I want to make sure people know that real families that we know that love this country very dearly are also getting targeted. This is no accident. And they have nothing on my brother, Amy. I feel sorry saying this, but in December, the Israeli army abducts any man in the north. They would release him after 24 hours after they checked the records. Twice the Israelis abducted him, like the hundreds of Palestinians, and they would release him after 24 hours. That tells you they have no interest in him, but they targeted him because of the humanitarian and life-saving work in North Gaza.